Ariel Cohen. He's a senior fellow at the Atlantic Council and joins us via Skype from Washington, D.C. Ariel, good to have you back on the programme. What's your response, then, to this prison sentence handed down to Navalny? Is it likely to silence him in any way, do you think?
No, not at all. And we've had examples of other major Soviet regime opponents like Andrei Sakharov, the physicist, who was exiled to the city of Gorky and force-fed through a tube by the regime. And nevertheless, Sakharov remained in the Russian history as a great man of freedom, the Russian Nelson Mandela, with the only difference that Sakharov never became the head of Russia. Navalny is a major figure, and the regime is doing everything to show that he is a major political opponent of Vladimir Putin. He made his job to expose tremendous corruption in Russia. And to me, what they did today was a huge mistake, just as the Tsarist regime in the 19th century and early 20th century at every crossroad made a wrong move that brought the Russian Empire to the disaster in 1917 when it collapsed, when its own people rose against the regime and brought the regime down.
Ariel, you've met Alexei Navalny and know him personally. How do you think he's handling all of this? I mean, the poisoning that nearly killed him, the harassment, the continuous harassment by the authorities against him and his protesters, and his wife even, and now this jail term.
After being poisoned and being in the state of clinical death, in a coma for days, and then being treated in Germany for weeks, to stand up and to go back to Russia for the Russian people, it's an act of tremendous courage, and they respect courage. Russians are courageous people. You remember the Russian heroism in World War II when they were fighting the Nazi Germany and defeated it. So I think that Navalny is demonstrating that he's sacrificing his own life. Moreover, you can say he came back from the dead to fight for the Russians. And the Russians are tired of 20 years of Vladimir Putin. They say enough is enough. So even if today relatively few people came to demonstrate, for the young people, Navalny is unquestionably their next leader.
Ariel, just a final point to you. What does this prison sentence mean for the protest movement going forward? I mean, is this going to be a rallying cry, perhaps, for the protest to gain more traction across the country?
Well, it shows that the regime is dead serious, that it'll try to keep Navalny above and beyond the 2.5 years that he needs to serve. He was jailed for not coming, because of the suspended sentence, not coming to the police. Well, gee, he was in a German hospital dying of a poisoning. How could he come and present himself to a police precinct? He could not do that. But they will cook up additional accusations, I'm sure, and the word is out. They're gunning for him, his wife, his leaders of the movement who are under house arrest. So it's a real serious struggle for the future of Russia.
Ariel Cohen, good to get your thoughts. Thank you for talking to Al Jazeera.